Hello friends, welcome to the video lecture series on artificial intelligence and machine learning. I am Dr. Dafda, and in this 10th video class of AI/ML, we will understand the nature of the task environment. Starting with the name, what is the meaning of nature of the task environment? See, nature means surroundings or circumstances for which an AI system works, and task environments are basically the problems to which the rational agents are the solutions. And we understood these rational agents in the previous video class. And PEACE is the acronym we used for specifying or describing the task environment, where PEAS stands for performance, environment, actuators or effectors, and sensors. Okay, so let us start. We specify any task environment using the PEACE framework, where to design a rational agent, we first specify its task environment using PEAS, performance measure, environment, actuators, and sensors. Performance measure determines what makes the agent successful. For example, if our artificial intelligence system or the rational agent is a self-driving car or a taxi, the performance measure includes reaching destinations safely, quickly and legally, while ensuring passenger comfort and maximizing profits. For environment, we understand the environment in which the agent will operate. For a taxi driver, this includes different types of roads, traffic conditions, pedestrians, and weather variations. Actuators or effectors identify the tools the agent uses to interact with the environment. For the taxi, this includes the steering wheel, the accelerator, the brakes, the communication systems, etc. And sensors defines what the agent needs to perceive the environment or to take the input from the environment. Okay, for taxi, sensor includes cameras, speedometers, GPS, etc. So this is the PEAS description for the intelligent agent, automated taxi or car. Okay, and this slide shows examples of few more intelligent agents or AI systems and their PEAS descriptions. Now let us understand the properties of the task environment. See, the properties of task environment refers to different characteristics or features that define the nature of the environment in which the intelligent agent operates. And these properties help in understanding the complexity and type of the environment, which in turn influences how agents should be designed and what techniques can be used for their implementation. Let us understand these properties with examples. First property is fully observable versus partially observable. As the name suggests, for fully observable, the agent can access the complete state of the environment at each point of time, whereas for partially observable, the agent has limited or noisy information. The example of fully observable task environment is a chess game. Why? Because the agent can see the entire board and all the pieces. And the example of partially observable task environment is a vacuum cleaner robot that can only detect dirt in one room and not in the other rooms. Okay. Second property is a single agent versus multi-agent task environment. As the name suggests, for single agent, only one agent is operating alone, while for the multi-agent, multiple agents can be operating and interacting, which can be competitive or cooperative. The example of single agent task environment is a single robot vacuum that operates as a single agent, whereas example for multi-agent task environments are for competitive multi-agent task environment. The example is chess, where two players or agents are competing to win the game, whereas the example of cooperative multi-agent task environment is autonomous cars which try to avoid collisions while driving on the road. Okay, let's go ahead. The third properties of the task environment is deterministic versus stochastic. As the name suggests, deterministic means one where the outcomes of the agents are predictable. We can determine what will be the output, right? Whereas stochastic means probabilistic, where the output involves some randomness. Okay, the example of deterministic task environment is a robot following a predefined path. Okay, so you can determine on which path it will go. Whereas the example of stochastic task environment is a self-driving car. Okay, why? Because it will be facing unpredictable traffic conditions and potential hazards. Okay, fourth properties of the task environment is episodic versus sequential. Okay, as the name suggests, episodic means one which has different episodes in the series of episodes. Okay, every story will be different in different episode, right? So for episodic, the actions are isolated and past actions do not affect the future ones. Whereas for sequential task environment, the actions affect the future decisions and outcomes. Okay, it will be coming in sequence one after the other, right? The example of episodic task environment is a spam filter deciding if an email is spam based on the current email only, right? Because different emails may be spam or may not be spam, right? Whereas the example of sequential task environment is driving a taxi, where each decision like turning or stopping affects future situations on the road. Okay, so if the taxi stops, the another taxi we'll have to stop also, right? The fifth properties of the task environment is static versus dynamic. As the name suggests, for static, the environment will not change while the agent is deciding on its action. While for the dynamic, the environment will change continuously, where the agent will have to act very quickly. The example of static task environment is a game of solitaire, where the cards will stay in place while the player will be deciding the next move. And the example of dynamic task environment is real-time stock trading, where market continuously changes. The agent has to act very quickly. Okay. Sixth property of the task environment is discrete versus continuous. As the name suggests, discrete means fixed. So the environment has distinct or fixed states and time steps, while for the continuous task environment, the environment changes smoothly over the time. The example of discrete task environment is a turn-based board game like checkers. Okay, it is having some fixed states. While the example of continuous task environment is a self-driving car, where speed and steering are continuously variable. Next and last property of the task environment is known versus unknown. As the name suggests, for the known task environment, the agent already knows the rules and consequences of its action within the environment. It knows that what will happen if I do this thing, right? For example, a robot programmed to assemble parts in a factory knows the procedures, that what will happen if this part is assembled. Whereas the unknown property of the task environment is one where the agent has to learn the effects of its actions through the exploration. It does not know what will happen. And the example of unknown task environment is an agent exploring a new video game for the very first time, where the agent will learn the rules and controls as it plays. Okay, so these are different properties of task environments. So that is all for this video class. Thank you very much.